for?
Well, it hasn't even been 2 hours and you're already making me update my original video, so this just looks like I'm, don't know what I'm talking about now. But, I do, and Toys for Bob already responded, because apparently a lot of people had my concern as well. And they give, I don't know if it was Activision or Toys for Bob, but they give gaming outlet Gematsu, or Gematsu.com, a magic pen drive. Ooh. Is the roof magic? It's magical, yes! It's a magic pen drive. But anyway, on this magic pen drive was some side-by-sides to alleviate everybody's concerns. And I've got the Discord up so that I can show you side-by-side in a minute. But this is pretty much all of the high-definition things. Like, this is the high definition of the box art. So it's the full resolution, and this is the full resolution one off the pen drive, as well as all the images we're going to see. A lot of them were just the high resolutions of the ones we've seen, so like the box art, let's click in here, and then just the PNG, and then the white version, and then the wallpaper one. And while some people say doesn't look good box art, I think it looks fine. Crash looks better. I mean, I can see why you'd say that with the 3 different games, like the Tropical Forest, the Frozen Wasteland and the thing, but I like that one. But whether it makes a good box art or not, you have to admit, it makes a bloody good desktop background. You narcissist, I know, but we love ourselves. But anyway, so yeah, it's just all the HD ones really, and these are the ones we've seen before, like Sparks with the 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, and then the wizard, which we've seen before, but as I say, as you can tell, the resolution is a lot bigger, everything's in a lot more detail, so quite a few of them we'd seen before. There was a couple of new ones, like these H3 looking guys here, and we get to see a bit more of a shot of the bush maze, and notice Sunny Flight's open, and you've actually got the gems like dotted around. Why have they got the H3 beanies? Again, the grass is a bit unfinished, but we're coming up to the main part in a moment, which is, this was one of the original images, and this is where people had a lot of concerns, especially me, with the lighting, where people said the lighting was too bright, because the Beastmakers, for example, is a darker area, and you got the green sky, and I like the lighter green sky opposed to the dark, especially seeing them side by side, but the lighting just didn't work, because you've got like these lights on the trees, and because you've made the skybox so light, well, the lights do nothing. They just look like a bright yellow blob on the tree. They don't do anything. Maybe that one down there does a bit, but these ones on the trees really don't do anything because the skybox is too bright, and there's your answer. So these are now moving into the new ones, but there is pretty much your answer of, oh, it's too bright. Well, this was just a test shot in the engine. Moon called it something. I can't remember what he called it, but it's like a vertical snapshot for the trailer, where it's like, oh, it looks a little bit brighter. But this is an actual in-game screenshot, so it's like original, remade, and as you can see, we've toned down the brightness. Like, just look between the two. That is bright as balls, and this one is a lot more toned down to the dark. So you've got like these lights in the houses are actually casting light and casting a shadow, or if we go to this one, these are now casting light, casting shadows. So it looks way different from Mr. Brightside here. So yeah, Mr. Brightside, that was just a tester. So don't worry, everybody. Toys for Bob already on it and saying, here's our magic pen drive with side-by-sides of the original, so you can see, A, just how much detail we've put in, because wooden stump over there, no detail, but this time we've got like little glowing green things and all sorts of madness going on. So, and you know, the houses obviously are all flat one-dimensional textures in the PS1 version to all of these now 3D rounded logs and leaves and doors and stuff. So, that Beastmaker charging clip you also saw in the trailer, this bit, yeah, that's gone now. That actual non-rendered hut, that's gone. We've already got the rendered huts in place. That was just beta footage. So Toys for Bob already alleviating all your problems. And I have to say, now seeing the Beastmakers side by side, like this one as well, and when we saw in the swamp, like, I see the dark sky, but I do like the somewhat brighter with green smoke sky, and then the mists down below. It does look a lot better than this darker sky. I do love the newer sky a whole lot better, I have to admit. I do like they've brightened it up a bit. But again, this is the nice middle ground. I like that they've brightened it up a little bit and gone for the stars in the skies, but I also like that they went for this level and not Mr. Brightside here. This level good, this level bad. This level good, this level bad, this level good. So if you could do that to Blowhard and all of the other levels that we saw, just like turn down the brightness ever so slightly, so it's not Mr. Brightside where the lights don't do nothing, but it's actually like just the right lighting where it's bright enough to be like, hey, look how bright it is compared to the original, doesn't it look good? But it's also dark enough to actually allow the lights in the windows to take effect. So very good on you turning down that. So that's that problem completely gone and alleviated, and I guess we can actually look at them. And apparently the H3 guys, moving on to the next picture, are only the basic grunts. All of the other different Norks, all the other different frog people, like the fat men with the shields and such, look like frogs. Like this guy here, the thief, they all pretty much look like that. If they're not a basic grunt, they all kind of look like this little froggy person. Only the basic grunts look like the H3 ogres. So that's answered that question then, hasn't it? That's answered that question right off right there. And again, we can see Sunny Flight in the background. Clearly no one's messed with the waterfall yet or closed that off for final release. So I guess that's kind of nice for people that have never played the game before, like all the newer generations, to be like, well, in these beta screenshots I saw a portal right here, but the portal's closed. I guess I've got to jump on these stones to open it. So that's kind of like a nice little thing for people that have never seen that to actually figure out there is a secret there. So yeah, that's looking good. And again, if we look at this with the firefly or the embers coming off the flames and these bushes, it's a lot more like rendered than that one. Like that one doesn't really look that rendered, but this one, as we move into the magical pen drive where we're seeing the side by sides and a lot more of a finished product, that one's looking a lot nicer. I mean, the grass still needs a little bit of work, but it's looking a lot nicer than the beta one that we got shown, and that's just the treetops. And here we get a shot of the stone hills. A lot brighter again. It's not got the lush green. It's got this, I guess, summer light green, like the sun's kind of burning the grass a little bit rather than this spring green. It's more of a summer green. Again, like, I don't know why they don't use these lush greens anymore. I guess it kind of fits the sun-drenched theme. Like, the sun is drenching the plains so much that it is sun-drenched, so I don't mind it too much in this level. And we get to see a side-by-side of the castle. Again, I like this castle a lot more. It's a lot more designed. You know, we've got a couple of extra flags coming down here. We get to have some moss hanging over the door and some vines hanging over the door. And rather than just being a plain dome, we actually have a proper roof. And the spires have got like a lot more decorative tiles rather than the flat textures. I don't like the fact that the walls themselves aren't textured. You see how like this wall here got all the brick formations going around it? Where's the brick formations on this wall? I wouldn't mind if you added a few extra lines and textures to the walls, but you know, that fountain there, we got some plant life growing around it. It makes the level feel more alive. So this is looking nice. Maybe just add like this stone texture. Maybe just add it to the wall so it doesn't look so plain. But overall, Stone Hill looking pretty good. Then that's a shot. Now apparently this is a shot from Toasty. Like every boss now, according to the article, is going to have like a miniature cutscene. Nothing big, just like a little 5-second cutscene of the boss turning around to reveal his face and being like, ah, I'm the boss. And then you being like, ah, you're the fucking boss, I'm gonna kick your ass. Because this is on Toasty. Like you go through this corridor here with the shepherds, you come through here where there'd usually be a dragon here, onto the field, then you're like, oh, I'm gonna, fuck you, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm ready to battle, and then spinning back, you can see there's the entrance in this little stone bit coming onto the grass, and that's where you begin the fight, basically, and then you chase him round and round into the other areas. So apparently, you're gonna get like a little 5-second miniature cutscene of the bosses, so they get a nice little bit of a reveal. Again, nothing big, just kind of like all the Crash Bandicoot enemies. You know, like in Crash Bandicoot 1, for example, where Ripperoo's on top of the waterfall, and you see him bouncing along the top of the waterfall, and then bounces down onto the arena where you get the TNT and you blow him up. Or Brio, for example, where it starts zoomed in on him, like doing the thing with the potions, like tipping the potions in between the flasks, and then the camera pulls out so that you can see yourself in the arena. Apparently the remake is going to have that, where you will see the boss will either be staring right at you and the camera will pull back, or as with Ripperoo, it'll have some sort of turning animation to have a full reveal, and then it'll pull back into the fight. But I like the sound of that, and I'm interested to see that, where it's like, ah, you're a dickhead, Mr. Toasty Man, and now I'm gonna kill you. So nice, that's looking great. And again, my model completely finished. My model looking nice. My model pounding it, because I can do that to myself because there's 4 of us. But then it asks the big question: is it gay or straight to have sex with yourself? But yes, so that's the updates. Toys for Bob has released a magical side-by-side pen drive, and you know, it's alleviated the whole Mr. Brightside problem. Apparently the lighting, any lighting that you saw in that trailer, is pretty much in beta, and these are all, like this one in the treetops, this is the final lighting. This one here, where you can see the shadows being cast by the trees on the right here, that's the final lighting. This is the final lighting, and the sun-drenched plain with minor shadows again because it's like a bright sunny day, that's the final lighting. So any we're seeing here is pretty much the final lighting. I don't know about this one with the cutscene, but yeah, so lighting issue fixed, I guess. So good job on already responding to that. Good job on, I guess, I don't know if Toys for Bob has any kind of hold over Activision, or if it was Activision just trying to make sure this goes right, or whatever's going on, whoever authorized this pen drive. But I'm glad that they already saw this issue, and Activision or Toys for Bob or whoever authorized them to go into some of the finished levels like the treetops and take these side-by-side screenshots to basically alleviate any concerns people had. I mean, again, there's still some concerns. Let me just get you one concern. It's nothing major, really. I mean, you know, it's nothing major, really. It's nothing that you should probably scrap and start over, if we're being honest. But hey, that's just me. Yeah, exactly. So, thank you all for watching. I think that's it for today. It's now midnight where I am. I mean, it's 11:30, but by the time I get this into the editor, throw a couple of visuals in for like that ending that you just saw, and then save it and upload it. It's probably going to take about 30 minutes. So, yeah, that's it, and that's about it for PAX. I don't know if we're going to see a demo tomorrow, because flicking over to YouTube, actually it's going to be in the Discord now, but flicking over to the Discord, and I've just seen Moon's concern, so I'll bring that up in a minute, but flicking over to the Discord and scrolling up through all my bollocks, there is this trailer as well, which is why a lot of people are thinking day 2 of PAX tomorrow we will get the demo, because as of right now there has been an update for the PS4 version. Like, this is legit, like this isn't any kind of Photoshop or camera trickery. It's just a normal PlayStation on a normal PlayStation 4. It's not a developer kit, and if you enter the Spyro 3 code on the Crash thing, you do get the sound, and obviously they made it brighter for purposes of not seeing it, but if you see in Crash's eyes, like, you can see my silhouette. Like, there's the purple head, the yellow belly, the purple body, and the wings protruding off the side. So they obviously made it brighter so that you couldn't see what was actually on screen with this glow. But the this bit here, where it goes like and pulls out of the title screen to reveal the trailer, that's in everybody's game now. So you can actually go and enter the Spyro code and it'll give you the trailer. And people are now suspecting that either tomorrow, day 2 of PAX, or E3, if I had to guess, I'd probably put my money on E3, but either tomorrow at PAX or E3, that demo, or sorry, that trailer will then turn into the demo, which I hope it does. I really hope it does. I'd like to try and play a bit of the demo before it's out, so we'll certainly keep our eye on that as well. But that's really all I had to say. But because I did notice Moon going about it, which is no Switch talk, thanks Spyro. Well, don't worry, I caught that because I needed to come into the Discord. But yes, that was another concern that a couple of people have had. But that's still up in the air, and that's why I kind of didn't talk about it. But so we got a release date according to Activision and the official sites, and it's the 21st of September, my 20th birthday, my birthday, which is great, or my 20th anniversary. I'm a lot older than 20 considering we've been through 4 incarnations, but it's our 20th anniversary, and that's great, and that's fine, but it's not PS4 exclusive anymore. Xbox, as you can see from this picture, is also getting the game on the 21st, so it is not a PlayStation exclusive. It's coming to both PlayStation and Xbox simultaneously at the same time. And obviously some people like Moon are a little bit pissed because they don't have that. They have the Switch. Crash Bandicoot is already coming to the Switch, and you know, he made a bit of a parody song video on it, which you can go watch. You'll see it when I click on it just to get it up here. But it's like, hey, you know, we've got somewhere we've got the Crash Bandicoot Switch is raining from the sky. But main thing is, there it is, there's the Crash is raining from the sky, because it's like, hey, Crash is already on the Switch, look, it's here on the Switch. But then it's like, so why is Spyro not on the Switch? Why is Spyro not on the Switch? And obviously bring it to the Switch. Let's get that full screen. So yeah, and then obviously it's like, hey, by the way, do you wanna, I don't know, bring it, because it's on Xbox and PlayStation. Hey, there you go. Moon's video just helped me. It's on available September 21st, available September 21st. It's no longer an exclusive, it's on both. So why not on the Switch? And the Switch can clearly handle it. The Switch is more than capable of handling it, because when we're talking about capable things, we've got Game Explain showing off a Nintendo Switch unit, and oh look, there's Crash Bandicoot, and oh look, that's running at 60 FPS, my friends. That is a full 60 FPS little runner right there. I mean, apparently some of the graphics have been downgraded, and looking at it, I do see a little bit in the background, like, all the close-up details are like as they are in the PlayStation, but some of it, it's kind of like that Xenoblade 2 thing where further objects are rendered less until you get close to them. It's one of those. I don't know what it's exactly called. I'm not a technical wizard with the technical names, but, you know, it's just basically like Xenoblade 2. And look how fast you come out that pit. That kind of just proves it's 60 FPS, because in the PlayStation 4 that's running at 30, it takes you a couple more seconds to get out of that pit. So, yeah, there you go. But, you know, it's like, you see how that sign in the background hardly rendered? But when you get close to it, then you'll see the Cortex face. It's the Xenoblade 2 thing. So it's clear from this that the Switch could clearly and very easily handle the Spyro trilogy. So why is it not there? Only it kind of is, because I don't know if Moon got any screenshots or not. Did you get any screenshots, Moon? We'll just wait. No, from like the store that put it up and then like took it down straight away, and they basically confirmed that there was a Switch thing. I thought it was a Mexican store. Well, whichever. It might be Nintendo UK. I don't know which one it is. We'll come back to that. But apparently, Spyro Treasure Trilogy went up on the Switch, like for sale on the Switch via certain sites, and then it got taken down really quickly. And I don't know if it was Nintendo UK reporting on that, and they were reporting on Amazon doing it, or if it's just Nintendo Life doing it themselves. There you go, Nintendo UK store. This is what we want. Nintendo UK has put up a listing for Spyro Remastered and is now removed. We found out today that the Spyro Reignited Trilogy is coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but sadly there was no announcement of a Nintendo Switch version. Interestingly, a listing for the game had been put up for the 3D platformer on the official Nintendo UK store. Oh, and there it is. There's the screenshot right there. We've got the screenshot. So, boom, there you go. So apparently it was coming to the Switch, and since then I'm going to assume it was taken down, yeah. Game was put up on the Nintendo platform store. Hopefully this could be an indication that the game will eventually make its way to the platform, which, let's face it, let's face it right now, it's Activision Blizzard. Are you telling me that Activision Blizzard, of all companies, the greedy slimeballs that will do anything to keep their Destiny Eververse despite that huge Remove Eververse controversy, those that are making over $4 billion a year on the Overwatch loot boxes, those that love their live services, are you telling me that Activision Blizzard would not put Spyro on the Switch, knowing how much money it would make them? It would make them inconceivable amounts of money. And you're going to tell me that, again, Activision Blizzard would look at all that money sitting on the table and say, nah, I don't want it. Yeah, right. Activision Blizzard want all the money. So, if this is anything to go by, I think that we'll probably have the Switch announcement by the end of tomorrow, the end of PAX. Or we'll certainly have an announcement at E3 for Spyro on the Switch, because there's no way in hell Activision Blizzard is going to let all of that money that's sitting on the Switch just walk off. But yeah, so that's the update. That's the update. We've got a nice a nice update on the graphics. We've got a nice update on the trailer, which could hopefully turn into a demo by tomorrow or E3. And we've got potential Switch news, but we'll just see how all that unfolds. But let's face it, that's probably coming. So again, we're gonna get away from Death Approaches over there, and we're just gonna leave off on a nice Pasha right there. Anyway, not Mr. Brightside. There you go, that one. Or that one. You can have that one. So yeah, that's it. So thank you all for watching the update, and I'll keep my eye on it, and I will see what portrays over tomorrow, whether there is anything else tomorrow at the second and last day of PAX, or if we're just going to have to wait till E3 at this point. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed both of these videos, and do please feel free to leave a like, it does help out the channel. And why not also consider supporting me on Patreon if you would like to. You don't have to, of course, and there is links down below to the Patreon, the Twitter, if you want to see what I'm tweeting, because I was tweeting little bits and bobs before the videos went live, like the Sparks bits. If you haven't watched them, I did put them up on the thing, being like, oh hey, look, here's wait there, oh look, here's the 2 of 2 sneak peek, and here's 1 of 1 sneak peek, and the video saving. So if you want to see what I'm doing in real time, you can go to Twitter and follow me on there. And as you saw in this video, there is also a link down below to the public Discord, or if that's not working because someone said it wasn't, there is the XMBKQZ link to my Discord. So thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.